This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV. 5 topics in about 10 minutes for August 18th, 2023. I'm Derek Gilbert with our Friday 5, the 5 big stories of the week as we head into the weekend. And before we get into it, please take a moment. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe our new YouTube channel at 5 in 10. But then please download our free Skywatch TV app, which guarantees we won't be canceled again. Details on that before the end of the program. Topic number 5 this week, of course, is the deep state as they've indicted former President Donald Trump for a 4th time. Those indictments handed down Monday by Fulton County, Georgia District Attorney Fani Willis. She's accusing him of trying to overturn the 2020 election. As Attorney Alan Dershowitz pointed out in an op-ed this week, it's exactly the same thing Al Gore did in the year 2000, trying to overturn that election. You remember the hanging chads in Florida? Dershowitz represented Gore in that case. He says the only difference between then and now is that the candidate's name is Donald J. Trump. Anyway, the charges, according to law professor Jonathan Turley, are essentially the legal equivalent of a Jackson Pollock painting. He's the guy who took different colors of paint and just basically threw it on a canvas into a great big splatter patterns. The idea, basically, let's throw everybody connected with the Trump team in 2020 onto this indictment, and then we'll let the jury try to make sense of the splatter pattern on the canvas. 19 defendants, 98-page indictment, 41 criminal counts in all, according to Turley, the Attorney General, or District Attorney rather, Fani Willis, basically making every telephone call, tweet, and meeting by President Trump a conspiratorial act. The Fulton County Clerk of Courts, by the way, admitted to accidentally releasing the indictment to the website before the grand jury proceedings were completed. As we told you earlier this week, the indictments went public briefly, and of course, nothing is ever erased from the internet, even though they were quickly pulled down again. It was clear that the charges had already been typed up and were ready to go before the grand jury voted on those charges. This would be a violation of the constitutional rights of the president, the former president, that is. His attorneys, no doubt, will bring this up in court. The county clerk of courts said she pressed send instead of save on the document. There is no save key on your computer keyboard. Now, maybe the app you use has a different button, but I mean, I'm sure there had to be are you sure you want to do this before you make this document public? Yeah. There is a reason, by the way, that this is being tried in a state court in Georgia. The president cannot pardon anyone on a state charge. So if Donald Trump is reelected, he couldn't pardon himself from the state charges. The governor of Georgia, under the state constitution, does not have the power to pardon anyone either. So Trump's attorneys will probably ask to move this to a federal court, which you'd expect to be the proper venue for a case involving a federal election, not a state court. I mean, how many other district attorneys across America are lined up waiting to file charges against President Trump if this one goes through? Essentially, this is, as with the charges filed by special counsel Jack Smith, trying to weaponize free speech. And as Alan Dershowitz said, this is exactly what Al Gore did in 2000. The only difference is that Gore is a member of the deep state. Trump is an outsider. Bottom line here is this. We know this is unfair. We know this is hypocritical. The politicians, the deep state, doesn't care. They do not care. On the one hand, Joe Biden apparently takes $10 million in bribes from Ukraine. Media goes, meh. Donald Trump tweets that people should watch One America News Network. That's conspiracy to defraud. Anyway, meanwhile, in the White House, topic number 4, Attorney General Merrick Garland announced last Friday that Delaware U.S. Attorney David Weiss would be appointed as special counsel to investigate the Biden family finances, given that this U.S. attorney was the same guy who proposed the sweetheart deal to give Hunter Biden really broad immunity from a variety of very serious charges in exchange for pleading guilty to a couple of misdemeanors. We don't hold out a lot of hope that this will actually amount to anything. I mean, even CNN's Jake Tapper condemned the move, calling it questionable and calling it problematic. While that's going on, Representative James Comer, the Republican from Kentucky and the chair of the House Oversight Committee, has asked the National Archives to hand over any unredacted records in which President Biden used a pseudonym during his vice presidency. Republicans are moving closer to actually launching impeachment proceedings against the former vice president, who apparently used email addresses such as robert.l.peters@pci.gov and copying his son Hunter on details of meetings between him and former Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko. This while the then vice president was head of U.S. policy on Ukraine. Well, will anything come of this? Probably not. Republican Senator Ron Johnson asked for the same information from the National Archives back in January, and since then it's been crickets. So again, just political infighting in Washington, D.C. Just remember, what happens in your house, more important than who's in the White House. Topic number 3, the fires in Hawaii. A tragic situation this week. The death toll now 111 and counting, will probably get worse as there are still hundreds of people in Maui unaccounted for. Hawaii resident claimed this week that investors were already contacting burned out homeowners in West Maui, offering to buy their homes, their properties at below market value. Perhaps trying to convince them that, taking a discount now is better than waiting months for your insurance claim. This is reprehensible, but not unexpected human behavior. The tragedy is that the state government and the power utility, the monopoly that holds the electric utility monopoly in Hawaii, were warned some time back about the fire danger in West Maui posed by dry, flammable grass and downslope winds that could fan them up into a major blaze, which is exactly what's happened over the past week. Apparently, an offshore hurricane caused power lines to topple. A number of power poles dropped. The sparks ignited dry grass, and again, more than 100 people. This is the deadliest wildfire in the United States in more than a century, and it didn't have to happen. Topic number 2, speaking of excess death, we also reported this week that Dr. Pierre Gore, an outspoken proponent of the use of ivermectin off-label as a way to combat SARS-CoV-2, published an op-ed piece in USA Today last weekend. Remarkable that this found a home in the mainstream media, because when you read between the lines, he was careful in the piece that was published in USA Today. He was a little more blunt and direct in the piece that he published at his Substack blog. Makes it clear what he's thinking, and apparently whoever edited the piece for USA Today didn't catch it, because they probably would have struck the piece if they had. The bottom line is this: there's a sudden, unprecedented rise in insurance claims, life insurance claims, that is, beginning in the third quarter of 2021. And this is among the healthiest sector of the American public: working age, white collar workers, people who are typically covered by good corporate insurance plans. This is after the death rate from COVID-19 began to drop. So why the number of excess deaths? What was it in 2020, early 2021 that changed, especially among working class white Americans? Yeah, you know what it is. Again, remarkable, but slowly but surely the narrative is changing. Coming up, aliens in the Amazon. Strange story. Don't know what to make of it. That's next on the Friday Five.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, with just a few minutes on the clock, we want to make sure that you know how you can get your copies of both of these incredible new works in the Warriors of God special offer. When you order the Warriors of God special offer, you'll receive the Kingdom Warrior Full Spectrum Spiritual Warfare, Biblical Clearing and Maintaining Your Spiritual Perimeter by Dr. Michael Lake. But you'll also receive the brand new book by Corby Shuey, For Valor, Defending the Faith for Those of Worth. Both of these works complement each other fabulously and take you on a journey of next-level comprehension of spiritual warfare. But that's not all. Right now, when you order the Warriors of God special offer, we're also including absolutely free the phenomenal 2-disc collection on DVD, The Final Countdown, featuring Dr. Thomas Horn, Allie Anderson, and Donna Howell on how the secrets hidden within the biblical feasts unveil the final countdown to the return of Jesus Christ and the rapture of the church. But also included in this incredible special offer is Dr. Michael Lake's massive Sheerreef Imperative data DVD library that includes 56 different Christian classic books on PDF for use on device of your choosing, Understanding the Kingdom audio series, the eSword biblical software for Windows, and several TV appearances featuring Dr. Michael Lake. All of these items hold a retail value of $95, yours now for your donation of only $35 plus shipping and handling.
Topic number one this week, aliens in the Amazon. This story began to break more than a week ago as reports out of a remote area of the Amazon in Peru, villagers there claiming that they were being terrorized by what they described as extraterrestrials who were impervious to their weapons, levitating, and even attacking one teenage girl there. Police were summoned to the scene. This is so remote, it took 10 hours for police to arrive at the village by boat. You really have to want to go there if you go there. The official story now, as is being reported by the corporate media out of South America, is that these were illicit gold miners. Apparently, these sections and some of the streams that feed into the Amazon deep in the jungle will precipitate gold flakes. So there are many illegal gold miners operating deep in the jungle, and the story is that these guys are using jetpacks, like what you see on that girl's cell phone there, to terrorize the villagers. That's the official story. Now, our friend Timothy Alberino, author of the book Birthright, and a guy who's actually lived in that very section of the Amazon jungle years ago, spent several years living there, he's somewhat familiar with the culture there, the villagers there, and the illicit gold mines, and the fact that the Amazon River is used as a transportation artery for illegal drugs, said that this doesn't make any sense. That the gold miners would find it just easier and more profitable to just buy off or threaten directly the villagers rather than putting guys on jetpacks and flying into the Amazon to frighten them. So the story doesn't, the official story makes only marginally more sense than the story that aliens were attacking them so bottom line is this: what do we make of this story? Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, this one still a puzzle. We wait for more information before we make up our mind. Skywatch TV, depending on your support for what we do, and what we do is finance the work at Whispering Ponies Ranch, working with children at risk, both in foster care and teens, because we can transform their lives through your help. We don't charge a dime at Whispering Ponies Ranch for sister ministries like Royal Family Kids to use the facilities or the therapy animals there. During the month of August is our way of thanking you for making that possible. If you're in the U.S. or Canada, we'll send you a copy of the book by Jonathan Brentner, The Triumph of the Redeemed. You can find out more about this. Again, no minimum for your donation. Go to skywatchtv.com. Look for the red donate button on the website. You can call us toll-free, 844-750-4985, or log on to skywatchtvstore.com and follow the link there. This week on Skywatch TV, we continue our conversation with Dr. Michael Lake on spiritual warfare. Are you prepared? He discusses his new book, The Kingdom Warrior, with Joe Horn and the Skywatch investigative team. Our broadcast schedule for the over-the-air broadcasts posted at skywatchtv.com/channels. You can watch the program right now at the website, skywatchtv.com. All of our video content is always there at the website. Of course, you can also get it on your big screen right now if you've got the Skywatch TV channel for Roku or Apple TV. The app is free and available for your set-top box. We've got a couple of links to the website that'll take you to their app stores. You can also check out our Rumble channel for the main program. There's the address there. Our Rumble channel also has all of our video content, or better yet, download our free app. Here's why I say that is better, because it brings all of our video content directly from the company that hosts the content, a Christian company, and right to your smartphone or tablet. So we will not be canceled from our own app. You can use Apple's AirPlay or Google's Chromecast to send the video directly to your smart TV. You've also got an audio Bible, calendar of upcoming events, news updates 3 times a week, all right there inside the app. It's available for iOS, Android, and Amazon Kindle Fire phones and tablets. And you'll find the link to those app stores, links to the app stores at skywatchtv.com. The link is in the top menu bar. Thank you for watching as we keep watch, and have a blessed weekend. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.